Hey, if it's going to be a short one. Yesterday, I've been reading through, and I've seen that Donald Trump has is having trouble getting someone to loan him that money to put up the bond. And I was thinking he had 10 days, but actually, he's kept counting down the days. He has is at least 6 days. By next Monday, the 25th, March 25th, he has to have that money posted, or AG Letitia James will start the proceedings to confiscate his properties and start to uh, sell them off to obtain the money. And she has signaled that if he can't come up with the money to uh, post post the money while he appeals, then she is going to seal. She is going to sell off some of his properties. I believe she'll start off with 40 Wall Street, which is his pride and joy. So yeah, but he says he doesn't have money. He had his lawyers file a file an order asking the judge for more time, or can he allow him to pay a lesser amount in that than the full amount, which is 456 million, uh not counting that. From what I've heard and read, is that the penalties, the interest is building up on it at 100,000 a day. So he's not going to be able to make the bonds because the bonding companies, to give him a surety bond, they want they want him to put up cash money. It's something to do with them getting paid. They don't want any of his properties as collateral. They want cash. So, and that's the chickens coming home to roost, because he has lied and he has said that he was this, he had money. They've got all kinds of videos of him saying, "Oh, I don't need money. I have money. I'm rich. I'm a billionaire." But they want the cash and he can't put it up. So they're going to so Letitia James, who is the Attorney General for the state of New York, you know, and she says that she will begin to take possession of his properties, and she will begin to sell them off to recoup the money and the fines for the state of New York. So that's that. But here's the thing: in Georgia, he lost the case against having Fonnie Willis disqualified. So therefore, he he lost that case. So therefore, he says he's going to appeal it. His attorney said he's going to appeal it. But my thing is, I don't know how this appeal thing works when you're appealing a case and you've already, everything has been handed down. But if he doesn't have the money here, it's not making sense to me. And if he doesn't have the money here, by here I mean if he doesn't have the money to pay it to put up in New York, does it work the same in Georgia? I don't know. I don't know if it really does, but he doesn't have the money to put up bond for New York, but he's going to appeal the decision in Georgia. Then again, the governor of Georgia is Brian Kemp, and he's a Republican, and the state legislature is uh, full of um, Republicans. So they have some kind of commission going down there. I don't know. It's a big mess. I've never seen nothing like it in all my life. But this is going to run out because he's going to appeal against this decision. He's going against another judge, Scott McAfee. He's going to appeal it because the judge, according to him, the judge wasn't fair because he had worked for Fonnie Willis in the district attorney's office, but this was years ago before he was even a judge and before all this. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was before he became it was before he became a judge and Fonnie Willis became the DA of Fulton County, Georgia. So that's going to be interesting. You know, Donald Trump just, I give him credit. I'm not a fan of it, but I will say this: he's a fighter. He fights dirty, but he's a fighter. He won't. He's given up almost any other person his age would have. I don't know what they'd have been. They probably would have had a stroke and buried in the grave by now, but he keeps fighting. But, he's saying he doesn't have money. I'm wondering what's happening to his fan base. They're not donating the money, or they haven't donated enough. I don't know. I don't know. He's been getting away so far, but I think this is of the the beginning of the end financially for Donald Trump because he doesn't have the money he says he has. So therefore, Letitia James, AG of New York, uh, the Northern District, she is going to seize the properties and sell them off and get the money, recoup the money for what he owes the state of New York. So that's going to be interesting because you know it's different. I have to say that it's different. It's going to be a different thing. So we'll see. We'll see what he does. But doesn't look good for Donald Trump. And the reason why, getting back to him not being able to secure a bond, he's lied so much about the values of his properties. And through the Attorney General James, through her investigation of Alvin Bragg, they find out that his properties were only like worth maybe 10, 15, 20, 22 million at the most. And he's inflated them highly to securities loans all these years. He's never had the money. He's never been a billionaire. That's what he wants to be, but he's never been a billionaire. So it's your lies coming. It's a case of your lying finally coming to an end. You're getting caught. You get caught. People know you don't have. Your property is not the value of what you say it is. So therefore, the security people who would bond him want cash up front. They get paid to do that, to put up the money. It's a lot involved with it, but I don't know, understand it really good, but I do know Donald Trump doesn't have the money. Everybody knows he doesn't have the money, and none of his properties are worth the money the security bond can get if he loses the appeal, you know, because there's no guarantee if he appeals this case that the appellate court will agree with him that, the AG um, James that she put in, that they're going to win, that she's going to lose the case. But I've read some of it, and it looks like it was put together. It was uh, put together well. The case was put together well, and her findings. She did a good job. She did a good job with it, and man, she is putting the burden on Donald Trump. But I say, welcome to the world, Mr. Trump, because thousands, millions of people in the United States are having trouble putting food on the table for their families. Uh, you know, and having to meet certain bills and not having the money to do them all at the same time. So you're in the real world now, not the fantasy world. That he's in the real world, not the fantasy world that he has invented for himself. Living a lavish lifestyle, and he doesn't have money. And it's kind of funny because I heard someone say, why doesn't he ask his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, Ivanka's husband, why doesn't he ask Jared to loan the money? Because Jared has the money, and through his dealings with these Saudi Arabians and whatever else he did, because they said he grifted something too. But yeah, J- uh, Jared is a bill. His son-in-law Jared Kushner is a billionaire, and you know he could put up the bond for his father-in-law, but I don't think he will because if I Ivanka, she you know I don't know. Ivanka Ivanka just he's married to Ivanka, and she distanced herself uh early late last month or the early part of this month. She's distanced herself from her father's campaign. So in other words, they're I'm taking it to mean that they're not going to be around, and I don't think they're going to help. I don't think uh, his daughter's Ivanka's husband is going to help, and she's distancing herself from her father. So there's a little, I don't know. I think she's tired of it. She's been pulled into a mess that I don't think she thought about getting into. It was her father. She was in business with him. Yep. So that's it. Donald Trump is like the rest of us. He living from a check to a check, and it don't look like he's gonna get no relief whatsoever to pay these things. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. But right now it's not looking good for him. Monday is the deadline. I don't know if these ultra right wing conservative billionaire people are going to back him now, especially see that he's a person, but he's a rich person's poor man. He's poor. He's not. How should I say? He's not ordinary everyday people, working people broke, but by the standards he sets for himself, trying to be in that millionaire, be part of the millionaire boys club, you know, the billionaire boys club. He um he ain't fitting in right now. So I think a lot of people that are opening their eyes to see what Donald Trump is doing to this country, and they're not donating it much, and a lot of people who voted for Trump before his first time and they voted for him in 2020 aren't falling for it now. They're either not voting, they're going to the Democratic Party to vote for Joe Biden so he doesn't get in. Mike Pence, his ex VP, will not support him. So, like I said, it's the chicken's coming home to roost, and Donald Trump is not good for him. So I was always told, be careful what comes out of your mouth. You can only be so nasty, and you can be so hateful to people for so long, and things come back to get you. And if the thing about karma is true, karma is